Hi. Let me start by saying this is my ideas for the situation with Marvel and what owns what and stuff like that. Well, since you're saying Disney should get all the Marvel characters to make the MCU expand and all that stuff, let me say, since Universal still, I'm pretty sure still owns the distribution rights for Hulk, and Disney can't make a solo Hulk movie. Let me start by saying that most of the situations about Disney needing more Marvel characters to expand all the whoever owns what and all that stuff. People say that like, Universal needs to just give up and just give Hulk complete rights to Disney. But to me, the reason why they're not doing it is because Universal needs some leverage to get something from Disney, like a trade or something, because I'm pretty sure Disney's not gonna buy it because they're in a huge debt, so they would have to give a property that is equivalent of owning the full rights of Hulk. Like, for instance, if Universal wanted like Doug, right? Since Disney owns Doug and stuff, Doug would be a pretty good equivalent because that'd be giving a partial thing of Hulk versus like a full rights to not as important character, but the full rights versus partially part rights of another character, something. But pretty much anything that has that kind of leverage. And since they're kind of ruining Blue Sky, since Disney's kind of ruining Blue Sky, I wouldn't even mind get Universal owning like part Blue Sky stuff, like some of their IP for the full rights of Hulk. I'm pretty sure that's a fair trade. And let's move on to Spider-Man. Sony's not really gonna trade Spider-Man because Spider-Man's more of an IP that they use constantly, like their video games, their movies, and all that stuff. And I know the movie stuff is separate from the video games, but if someone owns the video game rights, no, if someone owns a way to make the video games and stuff, and another company owns the movie rights, they wouldn't make a movie that often because they don't want to support the other company's video games stuff. And I'm pretty sure Disney's gonna have to do something big for Sony to give up that thing. Like they would have to give like a Star Wars or something like a big franchise that I'm pretty sure Disney can't really afford to give. So let me say, if anything, if Universal bought Warner Brothers and Universal got DC, they're not gonna really care much about having Hulk unless they want Hulk in the Justice League, which would be pretty interesting. But yeah, if Universal ever gets Warner Brothers Discovery, they're set. 'Cause most Universal stuff does work out in the end, and of course they have failed stuff too, but they kind of move past that usually and win again. When they fail, they win again. This Warner Brothers, when they fail a certain property, they kind of get a losing streak for a while and then finally win.